Hi guys, I'm Brat137, aka James Taylor, and this is a video like analysis sort of thing of me talking about the Black Ops 2 multiplayer trailer, what we've seen in it, what I think could be in the game, and things like that. Let me know what you think of it, and there will be more Black Ops 2 as information gets released. I'll do videos on stuff like that. There'll be COD gameplays. There'll be a mix of everything on this channel, so subscribe to see it all. Right, so basically the multiplayer trailer came out today, Tuesday, 7th of August, and lots of things in it. There's lots of data to go on, and some of that, well, the one thing I was noticed almost straight away was that TDM, the team deathmatch scoring, has changed. It's no longer like 7,500 points to win, it's just 75 kills, which is exactly the same thing. As far as you playing the game goes, you're still just trying to get 75 kills as a team. You still get 100 points for a kill, but the score is 75 to win. So I don't know whether they've changed any other mechanic as far as team deathmatch winning goes, but it is just the kill count you're trying to get to rather than a score. So we don't know. We'll see what happens there. Other things that you notice straight away in the trailer: guns have recoil. There are lots of different guns shown, and almost all of them have a substantial amount of recoil. Something you might not notice about the guns is they seem to have selective fire, or some of them have selective fire. In the bottom right corner by the ammo count, there's things that say auto, burst, selective. So obviously that is a selective fire gun. There is an X-ray sights in multiplayer. We saw it in single player a while back on the sniper rifle. They seem to have an X-ray kind of sight on a assault rifle or I think it's an SMG, and it just kind of shows you a ghost image of a player behind cover or behind smoke as they're come into the area of the site. So that might be, well, I'm sure Treyarch have balanced it well. They tend to do a good job of balancing, so hopefully it'll be alright. Other things, there's customizable emblems. They are back. You see a whole host of emblems throughout the trailer, popping up on the left and in the middle and on the top of the screen, stuff like that. Player cards also seem to be the same as they were in Black Ops. Like there's a selection and you choose from them rather than you make your own, and rather than like in Modern Warfare how it's just a set grey background, you choose the title and you choose an emblem. You can customize your emblem and your player card seems to be selection from a list or whatever. There's a big emphasis in this trailer on competitive gameplay. That's at the end. It talks about how, there's just a commentary section which sounds just like out of any MLG event, any EGL event. It just sounds like commentary out of that. So that's good, because if you play competitive gameplay like I've have in the past, I want to in the future. I know a lot of people in my clan play it. It makes the game more fun. It adds a whole new dimension, so that they're making an emphasis. They really want to push it on the competitive side, which means they've got to concentrate on things like balance, map design, everything like that, and spectating. So it should be really good, hopefully, and hopefully it'll be a really nice feature. There's a new game mode that you see in the competitive gameplay bit at the end of the trailer. It's called multi-team team deathmatch. Seems like you've got 3, maybe 4 teams. Possibly like 4 teams of 4 or something like that, or 3 teams of 4 make the 12 players that you have in a normal team deathmatch, and they're all competing to get 75 kills. So that could be quite cool. It's a bit like squad deathmatch from Battlefield, really. So maybe they're taking something from that, but we'll see. It seemed like a nice little kind of more tactical team deathmatch. It's still basically your team against the rest, but you've got to be careful to try and especially not let one of the other teams kill you more, sort of thing. Could have issues with like if you had 8 players or 8 friends, you could get on, have completely 2 teams with your friends, and then gang up against 4 people, which would be unfair and things like that. But then you've still got to kill the other team, obviously, to win. Or well, no, you don't have to, but one of the teams is going to win all the time. The other will come second, which they might not like. 55 is the max level. It is. It's not the max level I've seen in the trailer. It's the max level. It had the commander symbol next to it, which has been the max level in all of the CODs since COD 4. So that's new. Well, no, I can't remember if it's the same as in Black Ops. I think it is. So that's nothing special. There's seems to be a new slot in Creator Class. Creator Class has completely changed. In fact, I'll get into that in a minute. But there's a new slot which I don't know what that could be used for. It seems to be like a trait or a proficiency or an armor level or something like that. So like your character might be able to run faster or something like almost an extra perk, something like that. We see it twice, or see it being used twice in the trailer. Once there's only one trait or whatever it is being used, and then the other instance there are 3 of them. So I think it just boosts your player's physical attributes in some way, just because of when I've seen it in the trailer being used. Combat knife is a selectable weapon. You do not have to have a knife, or you don't have a knife as default, which is nice. Tomahawks are back, which can always be fun. Riot shields are back, and they look powerful, or more powerful anyway. They seem to be placeable. At one point in the trailer, a riot shielder hits his riot shield down on the ground, pulls out an LMG, it seems like, and starts shooting through like a slot or over the top or around the side of the riot shield, which could make them more powerful. And then it also brings into question, is the riot shield a secondary weapon, or is there a perk which allows you to have 2 primaries? Because obviously he pulled out an LMG, you see it in the trailer. So is that how has that worked? Is it 2 primary weapons or whatever? So we'll see. Hybrid scopes are back. That's the red dot and like almost ACOG-y kind of scope. So I've got a list and I'm just trying to read off it as I go. There's new equipment and there's new kill streaks. Obviously lots of new kill streaks. We've seen that in the build up, like the quad rotors and things like that. Quad rotors don't actually look too powerful, which is nice. They're able to be shot down from your gun. I think it takes 3 bursts, might be 2 from an M8A1, which is essentially going to be an M16, just like the newer updated future version, which is quite cool. New equipment I saw in it was like almost an electro stun grenade. It like shot electricity at the person you throw it at, which looks kind of powerful. We'll see how effective I reckon it'll just work like a stun grenade. They're not going to change dynamics of special grenades too much because they work pretty well. It's a bit overpowered in some Call of Duties and things, but yeah, they work quite well, so I don't think they'll change that too much. There's a new kill streak which seems to be like a sound wave emitter sort of thing, and it just shoots like, it looks like it shoots Sonic at people in a straight line out from it, and it seemed to completely incapacitate them, which would seem a bit overpowered, but we'll see whether it works like that or whether they've balanced. I'm sure they've balanced it better. Treyarch do a very good job of balancing the game normally, which is nice. Wow, this video is getting long and I've still got all of Creator, or most of Creator Class to talk about. That's good. Right, I'll try and get through that without wasting too much of your time. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video so far. And right, let's crack into Creator Class then, shall we? It seems to have completely changed, because you no longer get a knife as default, so you've got to equip a knife. If you want a knife, you've got to lose something else. At no point in the trailer is every slot filled. So whether that is something you get by if you're at the top level, you can fill all of the slots or something, I'm not sure. Throughout the trailer, we see different combinations and different boxes on their Creator Class wall being filled up. They have, at one point, there's a guy that's got what I'd say is a standard starting layout. You have a primary weapon, an attachment on it. You've got a secondary weapon and an attachment, or an add-on. Like in this one, he's got the knife equipped in that slot. So whether it's an but it is an attachment for the secondary weapon. He then has nothing in the traits. I'm going to call it the traits selection. He's got nothing in the traits selection boxes. He has 3 standard perks, no pro perks, and then he's got a primary and a secondary grenade, which seem like they're upgradable, or you can select to have 2 of them, which could be quite interesting. But like I say, everything seems to be a trade-off. You can have this or this or that, pro perks or a secondary weapon, or 3 attachments and things like that. There did seem to be slots for 3 attachments. Whether it is 3 attachments or it's you can have two attachments in like a throwing knife or a tomahawk, because there's a throwing knife or a combat knife in the box underneath the primary weapon. So creator class, like I said, is completely changed. On the list here, I've written knives equipped, like I've said a couple of times already. You do not have to have all 3 perks. You don't have to choose 3 perks. You can choose 1, you can choose 2, you can choose none. So you can have no perks and have a really kitted out gun, which could be really powerful. But then obviously you're going to be slow at reloading, slow at aiming. Your footsteps are going to make sound. All of these things, which we know, get you killed sometimes in Call of Duty. So that could be quite interesting. You can have no primary weapon was something that I noticed. There's a guy running around with no primary weapon, just a gun and a knife. He's got 3 of the traits at the bottom, which is why I think they are physical traits for your character. Because why else would you have that full with no primary weapon, unless it gives you makes you run faster, makes you have a higher armor value or lunge further, something like that. Hopefully not further lunge, because we know that's had issues in the past, but we'll see what the trade-off is behind it. I do think we will see people just running around trying to knife for high kills in Black Ops 2. I'm going to struggle to find a gameplay that covers this video. We'll see what I get. Other things I saw, you still have 3 kill streaks. There is a kill streak counter still on the side, which is quite interesting. Perks are proable. You can have pro perks. Grenades seem upgradable, or double. You can have double grenades and things like that. I'm not sure. Depends probably on perks and stuff like that. Like you had Warlord back in Black Ops. Sniper rifles. You don't seem to have scopes on them, or at least not all of them. There is a bolt action that doesn't have a scope on it, which could be quite good for those quick scopers and cool kids. It could be quite fun. Nice to play around with, stuff like that, which does look quite good. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I noticed from the Black Ops 2 multiplayer trailer. Tell me if I missed anything glaring that you've noticed. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. I hope you heard some stuff that you didn't notice. And please come back and watch more of my videos. And thank you very much. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.